Welcome back, everybody. This is your host, Jitsuko Toshiro, bringing you live updates regarding the cryptocurrency markets, teaching you guys these time-sensitive updates on how to trade and profit off of them. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you do, you enter a chance to win $100 in USDT. All you have to do to enter is subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you haven't already checked out my Twitter, this is kind of my story of how I came about. I basically flipped 3K into 20, and now I'm on my journey to flip 20 to 75. I show you guys my live, updated trades, and I go over the cryptocurrency, basically the large market cap tokens, and how to trade and profit off of them. Currently in my trade, which I'll discuss later in the video, I am down about 40%, a little bit better than being down 50% earlier in the week, and I'll go ahead and talk to you guys about where I think this is headed. Let's start with Bitcoin. So as you can see here, this is an arbitrary line. Let me go ahead and delete it. We've already established our support and our resistance areas. And really not much has changed. We had these small moves in the last 3 days. And what you can see here is actually we reversed this down move, and now we're kind of consolidating here in this daily candle. This consolidation really, it can be considered a little bullish on the very micro scale. We might move up a bit, but if we do move up, let me show you guys where we're headed. And so I showed you guys this massive downtrending slope, but we can actually tighten it a bit just because we've had this move here. And if we are going to short anything, if you want to be a little risky, if we move up, I would definitely short in the $17,000 range. So if we move up to about here, this would be a good entry to short. So that's pretty much it. If we zoom in on the 4-hour candle on the Bitcoin chart, you can see that we've been consolidating here. It's kind of making a round top. And I love these round tops because they typically go down. Let me see. Let me get this brush. I wanted to show you guys this. It's kind of making an M pattern. It's very weak. We can't get past these old highs up here. We can't, I mean, the candles are indecisive. It wants to go up, but it really can't. So you got to be patient. I told you guys, the most profitable you can become is basically when you become very patient with the market and you trade what it gives you. Right now, it's not giving us anything that's really tradable. It's giving us fake outs. The more you're in a position in these fake out moves, the more likely you are to lose money. So keep that in mind. It's typically hard to stay out of the market though and sit on your hands, especially when, it's been a few weeks of the same price action. We do get these little dips that are about 3% or so, but they're really weak moves. I mean, you can't really do much with it. So unfortunately, I would sit this one out. Unless we get a pop up to this resistance here, I would definitely short. So if you are on a computer or on your mobile device, draw that resistance on the exchange you're on and see where you can enter a short if we get up there. Let's look at Ethereum next. And you guys remember, if you're new to the channel, what I like to do is I like to do this top-down approach where you look at the daily candles and then you work your way down. So as you can see here with Ethereum, we can actually tighten this resistance because we did have a pivot high to a pivot low. And Ethereum's actually approaching this nice weak, it's kind of a weak diagonal resistance, but it's still something that you guys can basically trade. And it's the same thing with Ethereum. We had this nice little uptick, some consolidation. We might move up again. And I think that is the key area. So around the 1270 range is the range you want to basically short. And look at this confluence here. Take a look at this. So we do have nice resistance up here in this area. And, you set your stops pretty tight. And it should be good. Oh, my mask is flashing. I think the batteries are dying on my mask. Wow. Anyways, back to the charts. I'll go ahead and replace those after this video. So, yeah, so if you look here, that's basically it for Ethereum. We can look at the 4-hour. And the 4-hour really hasn't changed much either. Other than it's climbing up to this key resistance. You can basically take that short there. I think capitulation is coming soon. I know I sound like everyone else on crypto Twitter, but I mean, look at this weekly chart. It's as bearish as it can get. You know, we keep getting lower highs and lower lows. Maybe not with Ethereum, but Ethereum is going to crash down on these June lows in a matter of time. It's only going to take but you know, after this capitulation, I think we do have a lot of upside to come, which is the good news. But if you look at it on the weekly time frame, we do have, so this is a resistance here, and we have this nice little bear flag that's been consolidating on the weekly time frame. And like I said before, if you play this range on the weekly, you will be profitable. Let's look at BNB because this is the active trade I'm on. But before we go into it, let me show you guys my P&L. So I'm about down 40% on this. I entered way too early because I was trying to trade the news. But I did give you guys on Twitter basically a step-by-step how to trade BNB if you want to enter a short. The logical way. So let's go over here. Let's look at it. Let's zoom in on the daily. And I gave you guys this rough guide on Twitter on how to enter. So I told everyone, you know, enter around the 250 range. You can get in a bit early if you wanted to. We wicked up for about 3 days in this range. And your stop loss is pretty high. It's around the 269 region. And I think that's an excellent short setup. Right now, we've actually seen gains of up to 6%. And right now, we're in the profits of 3% roughly. Now, remember, I am negative because I was trading the news. But once this pattern is invalidated, I will get out of my trade. Right now, it's looking pretty good. We really can't pass these highs at the 250, and every attempt we've tried basically can't do it. So I think that this BNB trade is actually pretty good. So if you are in the profits of this BNB trade, smash that like button, share this on Twitter if you followed this trade, and I would really appreciate you guys spreading the word. And remember, if you subscribe to this YouTube channel, you do enter a chance to win $100 in USDT. Let's take a look at it on the 4-hour time frame just because, you know, things vary. And I do have another chart here. So, okay, let's look at BNB nice and clean. You learn more when it's a clean chart. So, like I mentioned before, we get these rounding tops. Boom, rounding, rounding. These rounding tops are bearish. And the reason being is, look, we're making lower highs, and every bounce off of support is becoming weaker. And what I'm seeing is a weaker bounce. So this is consolidation of a bearish trend, which I think will basically come down, retest the support, and come back down crashing. The nice thing about BNB is the next level of support is about $40. If we can get past this $188 support. So that's about an 80% move. It's massive. It's a very bearish chart. I think everyone is shorting it though, which is making it very hard for the move to happen. Once we get capitulation in Bitcoin, you will expect all alts to come crashing down massively. And if you look here, I mean, everything is lower highs. So it's just a matter of time. Last thing I'd like to discuss is DXY. And we can look at here in the daily is we're still continuing to have that bullish consolidation in that falling wedge. Not much has changed. I think this is a bullish pattern. Some people may argue it can fail, but you know, with all the policy that's happening, I think that this will basically take off in a matter of days. And if you look at the RSI on the daily time frame, you know, you get this bullish rising on this downtrend, it's basically gonna pop. It's just a matter of time. So the DXY does look bullish for the next year and maybe a few months to come. But other than that, those are all the updates on all the tokens I cover. If you want any other tokens that you'd like me to cover, please just comment down below or tweet at me and I'll go ahead and respond. Remember, if you want to enter a chance to win $100 in USDT, go ahead and like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That was a quick one. There really isn't much changes. We might get an uptick in the market, but really nothing is going to change too much. Other than that, please subscribe, share the videos. The faster we get to 100 subscribers, the faster we get to that giveaway. Thank you for tuning in for another episode. Sorry, my batteries died on me, but it happens. All right, you guys have a good one.